Okay, so yesterday we stayed in Amarillo.
Yes. We stayed at
in
the
Amarillo.
KOA in Amarillo.
KOA in Amarillo, good stuff. And then we just kind of drove through Amarillo in the morning. We got off a good start, I think.
Yeah.
It feels late because it's like Eastern time.
Well, now we're on mountain time.
Right, comparative. Like,
Yes.
yeah, it feels late to me. Yeah, so we just drove through Amarillo, really. Stopped at some places to take photos of just old signs, abandoned signs, abandoned motels.
Yeah.
The typical, what is Route 66 now, I guess?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that probably won't be there,
Yes.
maybe in the future. And then, from there we went and we saw the First Amendment cowboy.
Second Amendment.
From there, we went and saw the Second Amendment cowboy. I don't
Yes.
care about your speech. I care about your guns.
Yes.
Yes. Tall cowboy, couple of guns.
Mhm.
Great.
And then Cadillac Ranch. That was super fun.
Cadillac Ranch, yeah, it's very cool, but it's such a touristy thing to
Oh,
do.
it's very touristy.
It's like so busy, right?
Yeah, because you can add your own art. Like you essentially can buy spray paint at the gift shop to make your little mark on the Cadillac Ranch.
Yes. I feel like Cadillac Ranch probably stands on its own. It's like its own attraction now.
Yeah.
It was amazing how much spray paint is on there. Just like,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I don't think there's any cars left. It's all just spray paint.
It's being held together with the spray paint, which is why you can buy jewelry made with the paint chips that come off of there.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's just wild.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a touristy thing to do.
I feel like as soon as you put something up there, somebody else is going to be writing
Yeah.
over it. So
Yeah.
it's just like,
I'm sure what we put there is no longer there.
oh yeah,
No longer
there's
visible.
no way.
No.
When you see the pictures of it, you think like, wow, it's a lot of cars, a lot of spray paint. But then when you see the amount of people there, it's
Yeah.
it's kind of impressive, right? Like
Yeah, sure.
at times there's like 4 people spray painting on each of those cars.
Oh, on each of them. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they would. They need a lot more Cadillacs on that ranch.
Yeah. And be careful with the spray paint if you go and do it. I got some drips on my pants, which I was
Of course.
kind of bummed. It's not awful, but
That is the spray
just
paint
be
thing.
aware.
Yeah. Oh, and I think the pro tip is we got purple, right? Like just like
Yeah.
a Go Barberton type of thing.
Yeah.
But you need to get some,
The
probably
neon showed up the best.
Neon
So if
green.
you're gonna,
Yeah,
neon
weird,
green
yeah.
or like a neon yellow.
something bright because
Yeah.
of there's so many colors, right?
Yeah.
It just so,
But the neon showed up kind of no matter what was underneath.
yeah, if you were gonna get something bright,
Yeah.
it stands out for
Yeah.
sure.
If I would have thought ahead of time, I would have brought a neon pink.
Yeah,
That's what I would have done.
yeah. If you're lucky, you
Uh,
could just pick up a can there too, right? So like,
You can, but so when I went into the gift shop, they were very limited on colors. So they had a lot of white and black, and
Yeah.
then they had the blue and then the purple. So I chose that's all the colors that they
Sure.
had.
Yeah, good choice. I mean, there were cans like on the ground, right? Because we went,
Yes.
we did not use a whole can.
Oh, no.
So we just left it for whoever's going to come
Yes.
next and spray over
Pay
our
it
stuff.
forward kind of it, yeah, sure.
Right. So if you're lucky, you may just go to Cadillac Ranch and you may be able to find a can, sort of there.
It still has some in it.
And from there, more sort of just decrepit old signs and old places that are, no longer there. They haven't been there for a while, right?
Yes.
And then I sort of wonder, like, man, we probably should have done this trip before COVID. I wonder what percentage of the ones that were closed may have been open before COVID,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
think it's a high percentage.
No. Maybe a couple. I think overall the decline has been happening for way longer than COVID.
And then from there, the next interesting thing was the midpoint of Route 66.
Yes. And pie.
They had pie. Yes.
PIE pie, not
Yes.
PI pie.
So you got to stop for pie.
Yeah.
The Midway Point
Midway Cafe.
in Texas.
Yes.
Yeah, and then there were other travelers, and there was one person who had this old truck with
Yeah, probably
like
from
a-
the late 70s.
a camper insert on the back of the truck, like one of those vintage ones, but this was done up in wood, right?
Yes.
So I don't know if it was like wood siding or like the person made it. But that was cool. Like we're sitting in the cafe and just everybody comes by, almost like, is this part of the
Right,
ambiance of the cafe? Is this here on purpose?
right.
It wasn't. It was a traveler. Somebody's actually traveling in that.
Yes.
And we know that for sure because we made it out of there and we were in Tucumcari,
Tucumcari.
and we saw them there stopping at the auto
Yes.
store.
Yes.
Because it was a hot day. It was,
It's very hot.
93 or something was the high yesterday.
Yes.
Very hot.
So then last night we stayed in Tucumcari.
Yeah. So needless to say, we made it to New Mexico.
Mhm.
Crossed out of Texas into New Mexico, and you're finally seeing like a different ecology. Is that what you call this? Different ecology. The land is different. It's a little bit more.
Geography? Geology? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
The climate
it's definitely
is different.
drier here.
Oh, way drier. Yeah.
There's no sort of farms. Like there was tons of farms there in Texas, right? And then you sort of drop down. You're dropping down? I don't know. I felt like we went off of a cliff as you're driving, right? You look out, and it's more grassy desert as I'm
Mhm.
looking around.
Yes.
The trees are all less
Short.
than 8 feet tall,
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
We were in Tucumcari, and we stayed at a motel.
Motel Safari.
The
was amazing.
Motel Safari, great place to stay.
Spotless.
Yeah, it was
Great decor.
very well maintained. It was like a mid-century modern. Yeah, they had that vibe going on for sure.
Yeah.
It worked well.
Yes.
So we got there, and then we stayed in our room in the air conditioning for a bit.
We
'cause
did.
It was
After being in the car for like
93
days.
degrees. Hang out, read a little bit of Grapes of Wrath or
Color.
color a little bit, and then we waited till about 5 because like the temperature was predicted to drop like at 5. So then we went back out, and I went and I took some photos. Well, we both went and took some photos
Mm-hmm.
of Tucumcari,
Mm-hmm.
and that was kind of cool. You could see that like at one point that was a very cool main drag, right?
Yeah. So many hotels. There were so many.
And it's essentially 5 lanes. The Route 66 there is 5 lanes, 2 going each way and a turn lane.
Yes.
And we're there on a Sunday afternoon, and it's hard to imagine needing
That
more than
much.
2 lanes.
Yeah.
So we stayed in the Hotel Safari, amazing. There's some other really cool hotels. I think, what was the Blue Swallow?
Swallow.
I tried to get in there, but it was booked for when we were going to be staying there.
Yeah.
Which is fun because the one we landed at was amazing.
Yeah, there are several still operating and working really hard at maintaining
Right.
like
right,
the
right.
standards.
And
Yeah.
I think there's a couple price points there, right?
Sure.
Like it wasn't even that expensive. It was like 99. Our room was $99 for a night.
Yeah.
And there's some. I think I saw signs for like $50 a night or $49 a night.
Yeah, but I don't know if those are. I don't know.
So we did that, and then it was Sunday. So unfortunately, all of the great places to eat were not open on Sunday, or they were open for lunch at best. There's only a couple places to eat in Tucumcari
Yeah.
on Sunday,
Yes.
which, I get it. It's unfortunate that we landed there on Sunday. We land there when
Yeah.
we land there,
Yeah.
So
So yeah, we ate some Mexican food. The food itself was amazing. it just took a really long time to get it.
Because there's only two
Yeah.
places open on Sunday, everybody is at these two places, right?
Yes.
And then it feels like it's much busier than it is.
Right.
And we decided, like, oh, hey, let's get there a little bit early. And I'm glad we did, because we got a table. There are people who had to wait. Like, we're waiting to get our food, and they're waiting for our table.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah. I think the backup was because it took us so long to get our food, then they're not turning the tables over.
Sure.
Right.
But it was very good.
The food was amazing.
This is very good Mexican place. Sunday's just not the...
Just don't go on Sunday.
Sunday evening is not the night to try and go out.
Right.
To Tucumcari, for sure.
Yes.
So then, as we're going, get an alert, right, as we're finishing up dinner, and it's gonna, like, storm. And I, of course, wanted to go out and take photos of the neon that's left there.
Yes.
Man, they would have had a lot of neon back in the day.
Lot. Yes.
It would have been some amazing photos. Now, it's pretty slim pickings.
Yeah, it's hit or miss.
But what's there is pretty good. There was the deli, right? Is that something that there was the deli restaurant, or Dell's restaurant?
It was Dell's restaurant.
Dell's restaurant was there. I had a giant cow on the top of the sign. I remember.
Yes.
That. Blue Swallow
Blue Swallow.
Motel. It's good neon. Ours had neon sort of framing the sign,
It did.
just like a subtle hint of neon around the outside. It's kind of neat.
Yeah. And TP Curios was your favorite.
Oh yes, TP Curios, amazing. It kind of there's something about the Native American sort of thing. Like, I don't know if it's like the cowboys and Indians, this sort of out west road trip sort of thing. Most of that's probably it's gone now for appropriation reasons, right?
Yeah.
But I think, right, I don't know who runs that. I don't know anything about it. They were selling actual Native American made things in there, which I thought was cool.
Yes.
I mean, like, part of this is staying at locally owned places on Route 66, eating at locally run places as we go. And yeah, if we could purchase things that were made here, you know what I mean? Instead of just some thing that was,
some tchotchke made in China.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would rather, yeah.
Sure.
So we went into the TP Curios today.
We did, because they were closed yesterday.
Yeah, they were closed on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then we also went local for our breakfast this morning.
We did.
Just a coffee and a sandwich, or a matcha and a
Breakfast cookie.
breakfast cookie.
It's very tasty.
Yeah, it was very good. It was, I don't remember the name, but it was essentially right across the street from the Safari.
Yes.
Great little place.
Yes. Highly recommend.
Just, eclectic. Like, the inside was kind of like...
Yeah, it was homey feeling. And what was really cool is because it was made of brick, there were all the visitors that had come through there had signed a brick. And so you saw all these different people and where they were from. Some people as far as Australia and El Salvador and Ireland and the UK, and it was just super cool to see.
There may have been a part of town if you went in and where were you going? West, maybe the south side of town. Perhaps was probably more commercial. So if you were into the Taco Bell chain hotel type of scene, they had that too. Yeah, it's way out the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a neat little place. I don't know that maybe there's more to see on not a Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, maybe. It could be just when we landed.
Yeah. So because a lot of small businesses are closed Sunday, Monday, because they are working Tuesday through Saturday.
Correct.
So Yeah. I think I would go back there.
Sure.
So.